Hi, Nart. This is a great paragraph. One of the things that I like best about the paragraph is your conclusion because you leave the reader something to think about. At the very end, we haven't even talked about conclusions, but that's exactly what you want to do with a conclusion of a paragraph is kind of leave the reader thinking. As I go through your paper with you, there are a couple grammatical things, and then there's a couple spots where I think you can tie what you're talking about back to the thesis of your paper a little bit more. Kind of keep on referring to this idea of social status. Okay, so the first thing I notice when I read your paper is you need to indent. So remember to, oops, let me turn on my pencil. Okay, remember to indent. So put a tab. According to the article, being a bully doesn't increase the bully's social status. Great. Make sure you put your space between your sentences. One thing is that all bullies all have in common is fake friends. That's just a proofreading error. Make sure that you're not adding extra words. So one thing, get rid of that is, one thing that all bullies have in common is fake friends. Kids usually have to be, again, you're just missing a word here, a bully's friend, usually have to be a bully's friends. Kids usually have to be a bully's friend. That's short, that's fine. Kids usually have to be a bully's friends because they don't want to get hurt. Good. Now, the fact that those kids have to be the bully's friends implies something about the bully's social status, right? So make sure you make that connection. So add one more sentence that ties the fact that kids have to be a bully's friend to the fact that the bully isn't actually all that popular. All right, so just add one sentence right here. Sometimes, I don't think I would even put the even. Sometimes, and capitalize that S, sometimes victims can be bullies too. In this case, right, you're talking about something that belongs to a bully, but right now what you really mean is more than one bully, which is bullies. Okay, and the two, if you mean also, the two has two O's. Okay, and then this was a bit of a run-on, so add your period, capitalize. This is called switching roles. This means some days the victim would become the bully the next day. Fine, but what does that have to do with social status? Again, tie it right back to that thesis. The fact that kids can switch roles so quickly implies that the bully's social status isn't that great, because if they had a very high social status, they wouldn't be victims the next day, right? And now you go into your own experience. In my experience, comma, I have seen kids get bullied, comma, and it is not so great. Kids who, right, because kids are a person, you don't want to say which is with things. So kids who get bullied cannot do anything, period. They just have to take it. So I think this is going to be a much better example. Do you see how you are not referring to a specific time when you saw somebody get bullied? This isn't quite specific enough. So refer to a specific time when you saw a kid get bullied. And then talk about the fact that being a bully didn't actually help the bulliers that you saw help that person's social status. Okay? I like this idea of kids should put themselves, make sure you say themselves, in the shoes of the people who get bullied to see how they feel. I like that idea, but put it after you've used your specific example. So rewrite this part of your paper, right? Kids should put themselves in the shoes of people who get bullied. According to this study, being a bully does not help a kid's social status. So what does it do? Does bullying increase popularity? Maybe, because it's not very specific, so say what it is. Increase popularity or decrease it? I might actually take this out, because your whole paper is about the fact that bullying decreases popularity. So you don't even want to ask that question again. You've already proved that it decreases it. But I do really like this part at the end. So what does it do? So why would kids bully? That's the part of the conclusion that I really like. Nice job, make those corrections, and I can't wait to read your rewrite.